Hello. Hopefully everything's working well. The sound is good. Stop, Cerberus. Cerberus, no. Let me see. Let's see who we have in the chat. What's up, Mel? Yes, remember as you come in to hit the like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you won't be able to comment on this stream, but you will be able to in the future. Um, let's see. Yes, so for my vertical users, come on over to the horizontal chat and you'll know that it's vertical because it's a lot smaller. So let's see. Hey Paula, what's up, Dee Dee? All right, you know what? Let me get this presented. Bear with me. No, skip it. All right, so we've got that. All right, so what I'm going to do is go over to the comments window. And that's a happy Monday from TJ. You like the okay, good, good. Like trying to get a little vibe going. Hey Mindy, what's up? All right, so I'll put you guys on. Put you guys on the screen. Now I can see everybody. Let's see. So we had Dee Dee coming in. Kind of has everybody's names weird, but I'll work on some more of that. All right, here we go. And like Mel said, hit like and subscribe as you enter the chat. Um, all right, let me go down. We've got Paula. How's it going? Thank you, Mel. Thank you. All right, I'm bringing this up. I usually, when I have these set, I'll have it set to do the live replay. So if you're someone that's not here in the present with us, whenever you're watching this, just know that I think it takes a while for it to show, but I normally do select live chat replay. So you should be able to follow along with that. All right, let me see. All right. What's up, Purple Bellflower? Little Nicole? Oh, she's not little, but hey, Mika. Guys, this is my baby sister. Let me see. Who else do we have here? It's good to see you, Mika. Hey, Brenda. How's it going? Oh my gosh. Yeah, my baby sister and my firstborn. Hey, Tyra. How's it going? And I really figure out how to make that look better. All right, let me see. I'm scrolling down. I want to make sure I get everybody. Hey, Mia. What's up, girl? You got the Bronx in the house? Okay. What's up, Lashonda? Are you getting ready to leave? All right. Where's the rest of your? Oh, have a good night. You look cute. Okay, guys. I'm locked in. All right. Okay, so we're saying hello to everyone. What I want to do is we're going to go ahead and go into the maps, right? I want to see where everybody's joining us from. Let's see. Let me switch this around first. Zoom in a little bit. And then I'm going to, here we go. I'm going to go over here. And if you are in the mobile chat, so if in front of the title you see a cell phone, you're in the mobile chat and you're not going to be able to participate, although you will be able to see. But just put where you're joining in from and just know, I know I say this every time, I can't see you. No one can see where you are. So if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to do that. But just, put in, I just like to see where everybody's joining from. So, all right. Look at that. All right, we got the West Coast. Let's see. All right, y'all. My moderators are on the West Coast. All right, here we go. So instead of doing this, let me just read it from the chat, okay? Here we go. So we've got, hey, Cookie, what's up? Okay, Tyra, I'm going to come back to your meal plan. Okay, so we've got Charlotte, North Carolina, Maryland, Cali. All right. South Carolina, the Bronx, Fort Lauderdale, Houston, Indianapolis. All right, Dover. Okay, Florida. And let me put where I'm joining from. All right. Okay. How do you join the standard chat? You know, it's so funny. I don't know if I'll continue to do both of these. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to let me get the link for that, and then I'll just put it in the chat for you. Bear with me. So, what I'm going to do is get a link for that one, and I'll post it. So, this is share, copy. All right. So, I'm just going to put it in both. All right, hopefully you can click on that like it's a hyperlink. And actually, let me bring that up so I can see what's going on and pop out the chat from here. So let's do that. All right, we're gonna put live chat and then pop out. Okay, all right, here we go. Hopefully that worked. So you're welcome to stay in the mobile one if you just like that. But if you want to participate in some of these things, you'll just need to come over to the horizontal one. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I did post a video earlier today, and it was answering a question that Purple Bellflower asked me a couple of weeks ago, and it was if I think maintenance is hard. So I could tell you about that, but I'm just trying to direct you to go to that. Go check out that video, and it's really short, so it's um, I wasn't long-winded in that one. All right, hey Darium, what's up? Darium, you're in Wyoming. Okay, so I think I've got everybody. All right, so I just have a couple of questions before we kind of get into this. This next one, let's see. That. I want to know, are you in maintenance? So, of course, you just have to select the number. You don't have to type out the sentence. So, I have one for yes, two for I'm close, or three, not even on my radar yet. So, I'm just trying to get an idea of where everyone that's here is. And you could be at the very beginning. And if you, I guess I could have added one that said I haven't started yet because there are people who kind of get out there to check around. Okay. Not even on my radar yet. That's okay. We all started there. So, um, and I think I'll go ahead and participate in this too. Remember, if you're in the mobile chat, which is that one, the rectangular one, no, portrait size, it's not going to work if you enter something. Cerberus, no, nobody. He decides to come start licking my knee when I got on here. He knows I don't like that. All right, so okay, got quite a few people that are in maintenance and some that are close. Okay, so we're kind of split between I'm close and not even on my radar yet. First week on Wednesday, and congratulations. Hey Nancy, I should have done one asking. So I'll just ask you and you guys can type it in the chat um after this one. Let's do this next one. So I think everyone has answered. Let's go ahead to the next one. All right. Which emoji describes your GLP-1 health journey? And you notice I put health journey because I know that when we get on these, the goal, well, everybody's goals are different, right? Some people are just generally trying to get an improvement in health. Some people are just like, look, I want to lose weight, which is totally understandable. And how do you feel like it's going? You know, whether if you're in maintenance, I want to know that. If you're in active weight loss, I want to know that. And if you haven't started yet, how do you feel about it? So basically, you just put an emoji in. All right, let me see. Okay, so three down, 110, about 90 to go. Okay, well, that's awesome. You know what? And remember, that slow and steady is great. I know we don't really want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to hear that. Um, It's not really, I don't think it's really anything to debate about. And I'm sure she doesn't mind me sharing, but I know that Purple Bellflower was on her fitness, health, weight loss journey. It took her 3 years. But if you've seen her, she looks phenomenal. She doesn't have a bunch of excess saggy skin. She doesn't look emaciated or anything like that. That doesn't happen to everybody, but there are a lot of people that it happens to, right? I can look back at other, older pictures and see, especially from when I started, where, my face just kind of didn't look quite right. Um so there's nothing wrong with slow and steady. All right, look at that. Okay. Like all of these emojis are adorable. Oh, let me see. Okay, so Lashonda, you got another 50 to 55 pounds to lose. Okay. Okay. You know, this again, I will say, you're going to get there. Just make sure that you have your proper habits in place. And we know that we want to make sure we're eating enough. We want to make sure we're getting balanced meals. I know that there's this push for protein. There's a part of me that feels like I know protein is important, but with the items that are coming out now, they find a way to market everything, right? You see these meals that have GLP-1 friendly, and it just, it's just another money bucket. Okay. All right. So that's let me go to let me go back to comments. All right, I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling up. I think we got everybody. Let me see. Uh-oh. Hey, puzzled girl. I missed you. So thankfully I saw Paula telling you hi. How you doing? You got a few emojis, huh? Okay. Is there anybody who feels like I know Dee Dee has Turtles Unite? Yes, it is okay. Hey, Charles, what's up? Let me see. Downsizing. Okay. All right. So, Puzzled Girl is 1.5 pounds away from Wonderland. Hey, that's awesome. Now, let me know. Is this too loud, guys? I told you I was going to have some sound effects this week. All right. Make sure that's not the extended one. Yeah. Congratulations. Hey, MVP, what's up? I do also want to take a quick moment to say thank you to the channel members. I appreciate you guys because, when I first started channel memberships, I had multiple levels and there were a lot of things that I wanted to do. And unfortunately, life got in the way. So I dropped it down to one. So for those of you who have been, supporting me for months, I appreciate it. I really do. I really do, especially in this economy, right? Every dollar adds up. Hey, Anissa, what's up? All right, here we've got some encouragement from Michelle for those who have a bit to go, I know the feeling. It will happen. Just keep going. For sure. For sure. Let me see. LaShonda says she's all about balance, protein, and fiber. I agree that the industry has found a way to make more. Yes, yes. And let's see, who was I talking to recently? You know what? I was talking to a friend recently, and I was talking about how I saw Dee Dee. Actually, I was talking to Dee Dee yesterday. I had saw something. I didn't click on it, but it had to do with um, making food that's like kind of fighting against the GLP-1, right? Because this snacks and food, the food industry is a big business. And the more we're out here eating junk, the more they're making. So with the amount of people that are on GLP-1s that don't really want that stuff, they have lost money. So best believe they're going to find a way to make it back. So there you have the snacks, GLP-1 friendly. An ultra processed snack is not anything friendly, right? And I'm not acting like I have the perfect diet, right? But we have to admit that those are not in high quantities. They're just not good for us. They're not good for us. Now, for some of you that can't get your nutrition in through meals, there's absolutely nothing wrong with supplementing, but we want to make sure we are making good choices. I don't supplement, but I have been like trying to do some research on better options, like what you should look at, like the amount of protein versus the calories and stuff like that. So that'll be coming in the future. Yes, you know what? Let me go back here to Darium. I encourage people to eat food that supports their plan of care. Yes, you're right. Everyone's needs are varied. That is true. I am not a meat eater, so I wouldn't be really promoting, I can say that if you're going to eat that, you probably want to pick the leaner options, you know? Um, Maybe not deep frying everything, again, moderation. And then I do remember like when I used to be combing the Zepbound subreddit, people that were eating really greasy foods, a lot of them were experiencing some GI distress. So I tried to see the things that people were complaining about and not do those things. Um, and I know that it's different for everyone, but there's some things that are kind of common for people, some of those side effects, and I did not want those. Thankfully, I haven't had sulfur burps, but I've heard of people having that. So I don't know if it's from eating too much, maybe in one sitting. I'm not really sure. Can we talk? You know what? This is, hold on. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Cultured. So that's it. Nothing cool on the, I really want you to, yeah. So this is called Cultured. This has been here for quite some time. Don't remember where it was from or anything. Can't even get another one. All right, I got sidetracked. Here we go. Hey, GLP-1 Journey and Review. How you doing? All right, let's and then remember to hit the like button. Hit the like. I don't know how many we have, but I know we have 39 people right now. All right, so I'm scrolling down. Yes, yes, they have. They've slapped protein on everything. I'm a nerd when it comes to nutrition facts. Most are exactly, exactly. Um, you and I see eye to eye there, Lashonda. Let's see. Let me keep scrolling. All right, some more hellos. My advice, whatever you are eating, make sure it's sustainable. What you eat today, you should be able to eat. Yes. If you're being restrictive, it will be hard long term. I agree with that. I agree with that. We want to like instead of being extreme and I'm saying this as someone who used to be extreme, right? I was, doing what I could to, lose weight as quickly as possible. It wasn't sustainable, it wasn't healthy. So we just have to get out of that mindset. And it takes time, you know. My first experience with a GLP-1 was in 2023, and I wasn't ready to make lifestyle changes. And so when I wasn't able to stay on it because I didn't want to spend $1,600 a month and it wasn't covered by my insurance, I gained a lot of weight back really quickly because I had nothing in place. Um, so yeah, yeah, I agree with you, Michelle. Yep, it does. It really does. Let me see. Did I miss something? Let me scroll back down. All right. Yep, exactly. It's not meant to take over. So if your diet just consists of, you know, protein bars and I, if you're being followed by a doctor, because I know that they have some medically supervised things that they'll have people doing, but just on your own, if you're just deciding, well, I'm not hungry, so I'm just going to have some protein bars and, or just a lot of ultra processed junk food, you're probably not going to be as healthy as you can be. I'm cooking chili and turkey burgers for the week. All right. All right. And then preparing things ahead of time. So I know I've seen some people say things like, well, I don't eat the same thing. I eat a lot of the same things all the time. uh, that's just what I do. And I have seasons where I'm eating a lot of one thing versus another, but it's basically the same things, and that works for me. If you're someone who doesn't want to do that, you don't like meal prep, maybe just prep individual things that you can throw along with something. So, like if you get held up and you get home and you want something really quickly, like I typically keep quinoa, cooked quinoa, and I can throw that along with something. A lot of the things that I make, I can throw in the air fryer and they're ready relatively quickly. So it's not like I have to put meat in the oven and wait a long time. My stuff's pretty quick anyway. But if you could prep some things like rice or, maybe having veggies cut up so you could throw them in the air fryer or however you like to prepare them, that will make things a lot easier. It's less, resistance when you have to think about something in the moment, right? You just want something right now. You want to have things available, fruit, you know, whatever that looks like for you, the things that you like to eat. We just want to make it easy for ourselves. Yes, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe. It's free. And of course, I've gotta use my little like and subscribe. Uh-oh, can't be hitting the mic. All right, let me scroll down. I saw that. Protein Doritos. Like, I'm not gonna go off on a tangent. I think that's ridiculous. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's absolutely ridiculous. And don't forget self-care. Yes. Yes. Exfoliate and moisturize. I don't have any loose skin yet, but I know it's coming. If I'm going to sag a little bit, at least it will be soft and smooth. I hear you, Nancy. I hear you. Yes. Self-care, making sure you're getting enough sleep. Those things are important. I can't do moderation. It's all or nothing. So I have to just restrict. I used to believe that same thing, Brenda, that I couldn't do moderation. And for many, many, many years, I was a all or nothing. But it takes intention. Like you just have to keep trying, right? If you go into it like, well, I just can't do it, well, you're never going to be able to do it. And it's okay to take a step back, but you want to keep trying to go forward. You shouldn't just stay stuck with or accept, well, I just can't do it, because being restrictive. Now, if you're talking about moderation, like junk food versus kind of just making healthier choices, I understand that. But I didn't know, I just want to make sure that's what you're talking about and not like being restrictive, like barely eating anything. I saw the word restrict and I just jumped on that. So let me know if you're talking about not eating the junk food or restricting as far as your intake. Is that where it's from, Tyra? Juvia's place? Okay, probably. Thank you. Oh man. Yes, at the end of the day, you have to do what works for you. So I could show you, and I do show you the things that I'm doing, but that works for me. So you just take what works for you and then leave the rest. When Dee Dee comes up here and she's showing you what she's doing and she's showing you her meals, take what works for you and leave what doesn't. You know, what's up, girl? How you doing? Let's see. I have a 90% healthy rule and 10%. Okay. I get to enjoy 10% of what I want since I eat healthy 90% of the time. And it's all about balance. And it's good that you've found what works for you. That's really good. I was thinking the same, Michelle. Hopefully, she'll get to a dose that's optimal for her that helps her with that. GLP-1 snacks. I don't know if I really need a snack. Yeah, yeah. And I'd rather make something. So instead of now, if I'm out and I have no options, sometimes that's different. There have been times where I've just like kind of gone without because I didn't want to make a really poor choice. But making things homemade, like making chickpea bars, just something that will satisfy that for you. And again, if you're someone who doesn't feel like you can do moderation when it comes to snacks, there's nothing wrong with not eating them right now. And if you decide that that's something that you don't want to incorporate into your diet again, that's okay too. We all have to do what works for us. So, see, some of the protein bars, you might as well have a Snickers. Yes, it does. It does. You think about the different trends throughout the years. It was low fat, right? Then you had all these, you're being marketed to left and right, low fat. Then it was low carb and keto friendly and carnivore diet. Like it just, they find a way to capitalize on everything. And a lot of us, for some reason, seem to want to gravitate towards a particular group and make that our that our I make that our identity. So yes, I'm a vegan and I eat a vegan diet. Under no circumstance do I consume anything from an animal. That's not my identity. That is just a part of me, right? That is something that I choose to do. It's a personal thing and that works for me. But I don't have to look down at everyone else and tell you why you shouldn't be eating meat and what goes on in the meat industry. Do you get what I'm saying? We don't have to, it doesn't have to always be us versus them, right? I'm doing something that makes me feel good, aligns with my values, and that's what everyone else needs to do. But when we have this tendency to form these groups and these echo chambers, it's very easy for them to market to us. So let's see. Ah, okay. So your hubby gets it when he eats high fat, heavier, spicy foods. Okay. Okay. So that's some good insight for anyone that's new or hasn't had them yet. Maybe be on the lookout for that. And that's the thing too, when you experience these things, pay attention to what caused that. So maybe that's not something you want to do, right? If you know that Cerberus, that's enough. If you know that I don't know, let's say when you eat fried food, you get sulfur burps and you get really uncomfortable. In my mind, it would make sense to just not eat that, right? Yeah, you like it, but if it's causing you any kind of distress or side effects, I think it would be easier to just not do it. But I know that that's something that's easy for me to say. I'm not in that situation. I think I I think I also talked to Dee Dee about this recently, or my sister, that it is easy for me to eat the way that I eat because I don't want to eat meat, right? I don't want to eat those things. I don't want to eat cookie dough. If those were things that I still wanted, then maybe I'd be in a different position and I'd be struggling and then I could give you even more tips. But I haven't wanted those things. So it's not something that I want to try, because I don't want to go back down that road of, consuming those things, especially knowing they're designed to make us want more and more. All right, let me keep going here. Okay. I mean, some things are just a fact. The fact is that the companies that develop these treatments have observed that eating certain foods will likely cause GI and other issues. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't think that we should just keep pushing past it. And it makes me think of, okay, so when I was early in my journey and I used to be on Reddit a lot, there was someone that was talking about In-N-Out Burger. And they said that the previous two times they had gone, it made them really sick. So they were asking for tips on how to be able to eat it without getting sick. And it boggled my mind. If it made you sick, why would you keep trying to eat it? So, but prior to being on a GLP-1 medication, I used to eat in quantities to where I physically felt uncomfortable and sick. So I do have grace and I do understand that people are struggling and it takes everybody, you know, a different dose for things to be effective. But if I know something like if every time I eat this thing, I'm going to throw up, I'm probably not going to eat it. You know what I mean? All right, let me keep going. Nah, you won't get screamed at. Now you can have your Doritos chemically infused with protein. Yup. Yep. Yay. Let me see. I got burned out doing Hey Indy Lightly. I got burned out doing weights and but I'm concerned about muscle loss. I've been in maintenance for a few months now successfully. I can understand that. And it could be a matter of just switching up your program or doing something differently. I have different ideas. I don't know if you were going to the gym or if you were watching videos, but I sent my daughter, my oldest, Tyra, that's in the chat, I sent her Lift with C, the compound, and then I also sent her Kira Mitlow Body Recomp 2.0 series. That was the Body Recomp 2.0 series. I did that when I first started on Zepbound. So I was 2 weeks in and I decided I wanted to start strength training, but I wanted to do it from home so that I could eliminate the excuses that I would give myself when doing something outside of the house, right? Like if it's rainy or if it's snowing or if it's cold or whatever, or if I didn't get to it during the day, I could do that at any time from the comfort of my own home. And for about a year and a half doing different programs from home, that worked for me. So sometimes we just have to switch things up. I did end up in was it in August? Going to a gym and I did that for about 11 or 12 weeks and then I stopped. So it's okay to switch up, it's okay to take a break, but you want to make sure that you're doing something. And it doesn't always have to be, I mean, of course, we want to be able to, it depends on what your goals are. So if you got to do the lighter weights, do the lighter weights. You're going to more than likely do more reps of those. And if you do the heavier weights, you're doing shorter reps. So if you're burnt out, take a break and find something else to do. And don't underestimate calisthenics, right? You can do body weight stuff, and that's just fine. And if you're not ready to do weights yet, for anybody else on here that hasn't started strength training, you can start off with body weight and then progress to adding some weights. We don't have to like try to do everything you know, off the rip. We want to get used to things and make sure we're not hurting ourselves and doing things that we can stay consistent with. And when I say consistent, I'm just saying like if you start a strength training program and if you do it once a week, the results are not going to be the same as doing it 2 or 3 times a week, right? we don't want to be doing heavy lifting 7 days a week because our bodies do need to rest. So you'll find your balance. All right. I'm scrolling down here. Getting hungry. All this food talk. Yeah. I'll be eating when we get off of here and then I'll be getting my walk in. So those 100 gram Snickers protein candy bars are no. You know what, Charles? You know I'm not the food police. You're gonna try them, Cookie, the protein Doritos. Darium said freeze it first. All right, let me see. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, I eat my protein mostly from food. If it's 95 to 98% of good ingredients, then I don't mind so much. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you've got it sounds like you've got your stuff in place, Lashonda. You just ate dinner. um, all right, I'm scrolling down. The calories are frozen so they won't count. A lot of them don't have good enough healthy ingredients. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, let me see. I say protein bar. Yeah, the peanuts, right? Hey Ruth, how you doing? Happy Monday. Let's see. All right, I'm scrolling on down. Okay, so you're talking about junk food, Brenda? Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's how I was the first well, I haven't really done like a bunch of ultra processed junk food. Um, but I understand. Yeah. As long as you're not restricting like, 5, 6, 700 calories a day. I like have to be careful with that because people have to do what their dietitians and doctors are telling them to do. But I think we should probably be eating more. Yeah. Which it's weird, right? Because before we thought the way was eating as little bit as possible, and now we're knowing that our bodies you have your basic needs just to survive. So we should definitely be eating more than that. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody's basic needs are 7 or 800 calories a day. It's definitely more than that, is what I mean. All right, let me see. Uh oh. There we go. Okay. That's a mindset to get out of this all in things. Trust. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, junk food, fast food, the stuff that tastes good. Brenda, it's all the recipes and people that are like free recipes online, videos of people making things. Cause I don't eat any ultra processed junk foods or fast food, but the food that I eat, it tastes good. It tastes good. You gotta season it. And that seasoning you recommended to me, that's really good. So yeah, just you gotta season stuff. So just because we're not eating, fast food or junk food doesn't mean that it has to be something that we're not enjoying. All right. No, you can't. I remember those Snickers commercials. Yeah, I agree. Since if you have a hard time with junk food, don't eat it. I don't know if I've ever had a Snickers bar. Back in the day, I did not like peanuts and I didn't like peanut butter. So I missed out on some things, especially Reese's peanut butter cups. Man, when I first had that, I was an adult. Hey, Pamela, what's up? Hopefully you're doing well. Aw, thank you, Lashonda. Yeah, hit the like and subscribe. All right, getting through here. All right, I love that. Yes, there's all type There's room for all types of experience. Yep, do what works for you and leave the rest. I agree. I agree. I'm always going to agree with that. I eat the dessert sometimes, but I'm mindful and I feel better eating mostly while food. Oh, whole foods. Yes. And that's the thing too. Like I can do like because I'm a volume eater. So I try to eat, well, I don't try to eat. I eat things that keep me satiated and I enjoy them and they're good for me. So, want to make sure you're getting enough fiber. That's going to be the next thing. Everything's going to already seeing the signs of like I wouldn't be surprised if next year there was or this year there was a Snickers that was high in fiber, right? It just I'm only saying Snickers because we've been talking about Snickers. Okay, so you've had the sulfur burps too, Lashonda? I haven't had that yet. I'm hoping I don't. Okay, so let me see. I'm on a reset now. Beans, tofu, and vegetables. Okay, okay. Are you eating other things too, or just beans, tofu, and vegetables? Just curious. Why would you want to eat something that makes you say, "Okay, I'm a little far behind, huh?" Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. And luckily this I would have to say that it's the medication has provided me that mental space to be able to do that where I'm not operating on, you know, this compulsion to just eat everything that I can as much as I can like I'm never going to be able to have it again. Like I don't miss that. I don't miss that at all. Or the nights where I couldn't lay down, you know, I had to be propped up because the reflux was so bad. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. Let's see. I think it's the disease of obesity in effect. Yeah. Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably right. It's some sort of disconnect, right? Just don't eat it. Some just don't want to give up things that once the body. Yes, I do agree. If you're eating something and it doesn't make you feel good, the best thing is just to not eat it. Don't try to figure out a workaround, you know? If and I again, I have the mental space to be able to do that now because I mean, for many years I was lactose intolerant, but I was still eating ice cream. I was still eating pizzas with, you know, double extra cheese. Like everything had more and more cheese on it. So that wasn't necessarily the smartest decision. I stayed in a constant state of inflammation. Like it was, you know, I don't know. I can't say that I had the disease of obesity. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know that, and those of you who have been rocking with me for a while, you know that I spent the first 30 something years of my life relatively small. And then, man, it was just this gradual progression because my habits caught up to me. So something changed when I was in my early 30s that I just wasn't able to eat that way anymore. And instead of just making lifestyle changes, I jumped on a lot of different bandwagons of doing these unhealthy things. So, you know, it got to where even lactate wasn't working. So, but I still continued to do it. So yeah, everybody, you know, some people are going to take a little more time than others. Some people never get it and some people get it right away. But there's room for all of us. All right. You keep trying to eat things that you like that make you sick because of food addiction. Yeah, it doesn't care about that. And again, I'm so thankful that um Zepbound has taken that away from me. Out of all the veggie emojis. I'm not even I just I just noticed that. Oh my goodness. Behave, Cookie. Um, all right, let me scroll down. Yes. That's the hope that eventually that helps everyone. Like I there are people like I'll watch content for people who are anti GLP-1s, right? And they're telling you all these horror stories. And yeah, it just I don't know. I just wish people could be more open. If something doesn't work for you or it's not something you want to do, then that's great. Like it's this, oh, I lost weight the natural way. Okay. So from 2020 to 2021, I lost 80 something pounds the natural way. And guess what? I gained 50 something of those pounds back. So it's not, yeah, okay, if you lose it, but aren't we tired of losing it and gaining it back and then some? Maybe you want to get to a state where we are making changes. And I think that for me, Zepbound has given me that opportunity to be able to think and not feel like I've got to stuff everything. So no, it's not a miracle drug, but for me, it has been miraculous because nothing helped me. And I did. I was in therapy. I was going to, I was in a program for eating disorders. Ooh, I don't even know if I can say that. For the one where you, the B one, BED. So I was on Vyvanse. I mean, I was on different things and I was trying to do the mental work, but everything, all those steps that they gave me I could not apply them or I felt like I couldn't apply them. Where now I can. So now it makes sense when they're telling you, well, if you feel like this, take a walk or do some stretching, right? Because we're not always hungry. It's just because you have a craving, you don't have to always give into it, right? Maybe try to do something else to see if it passes. I never gave it the chance to do that because I was obsessively thinking about these things. So I just I'm just really thankful. All right. Oh yes, that is super cool. That is super cool. I used to want one of those. I was looking at those in the mirror, and I have a whole like a rack and everything in the basement. So I'm not allowed. I have this treadmill, but I can't buy any more equipment because I don't need anything else here collecting dust. I think that's awesome, and I like the pictures that it does. All right, all right, I missed something. I'm gonna keep scrolling here because we're getting close. Yeah, the tonals are super cool. I think at one point, and this was like not too long after, maybe it was in 2021, they were not in stock. And it's probably good because I feel like I would have probably used it, at least in that time, and it would have been something else collecting dust. Oh, yay. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I feel like I'm in a space now where I can show up and be present because I'm not good at pretending or smiling through pain. I didn't, I never developed that ability. Yeah, you guys should check out her pictures. Oh, look, I can't be putting your information out there, Michelle. She's doing a darn thing though. Frozen okay. And also, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Thank you. Mel, thank you for being a member for 14 months. I appreciate the fact that you guys are still here because it's very, to hold someone's attention for this amount of time, I think that's incredible, right? So, I appreciate you guys. We're in this together, right? Okay, so you're doing 15 to 1600 calories a day, Brenda. That's good. That's definitely, you know what? That's better. That is definitely better. So I'm happy keeping it simple. That's the way to go. Yep, that is true. If you're eating below your BMR. So those people who are doing, 800, 900, even 1,000, you know, I it's not going to be good long term. I should say that. It's definitely not going to be good long term. But everybody's caloric needs are different. So if you're talking about somebody that's like 4'3", you know, um, I'm sure it's going to be different than someone who is 6'3". You know what I'm saying? So I stay in my lane. I just know under eating for an extended amount of time is not good. And some of the side effects people are experiencing, I wonder if some of those are Zepbound related or just lack of proper nutrition, you know? So, still love Snicker. Bearbell. Okay. I've never heard of that. Yes. Yes, fiber's about to be on everything. And they'll be marketing for everybody, right? It'll say GLP-1 friendly, protein, fiber. And I do have a Ninja Creamy. Cottage cheese mixed with premium. Okay. My daughter likes cottage cheese. So I bet she'd probably like to make something like that. Um, my youngest one, she loves cottage cheese. I've never had it. The texture, the way that I was very, very picky. And certain things, like if it had a weird, well, not everything, because like, there's some foods that like broccoli. I like broccoli, and that smells bad. But yeah, I could never bring myself to try it, so I probably missed out. Watermelon, I love watermelon too. I love lots of fruits. All right, I'm scrolling down. So we're getting there. My go-to is Greek yogurt with chocolate protein. Nice, nice, Mika. Okay, yeah, I think that sounds good. Like a good treat. Okay. About to walk on your Yep, I'll be on my treadmill once we get off of here. After I eat. After I eat. All right, let's see. So glad Snickers never interests me. I have been Whole Foods, but my new thing is okay. Barbell protein bars. Okay. Yeah, I'm out of the loop there. Guacamole. I like that too. I love guacamole. The Oikos. Uh Look at okay, so like all these different ideas, right? I should when I go back and I'll watch the stream again, I'll do some screenshots of these and I'll put them in the community tab so you guys have some ideas. Yeah. Hey Harjarine, what's up? Hey Nikki, Miss Nikki. Purely Elizabeth nut granola. I've never heard of that. All right, here we go. The disease of obesity is more of a metabolic dysfunction within your body, causing a person to overeat and make poor choices. Oh, so maybe I did have that. Maybe it just wasn't manifesting in extra weight because I had this disordered thinking around food since I was little. Like I remember just, yeah. But luckily, my parents didn't have like a whole lot of junk food. Like they cooked every day. Like if we had like McDonald's or something like that, that was a treat and it was few and far between. That was not something that we ate a lot of. And they still do. They're a home cooked meals. My sister's on here. She can verify that. They didn't have that. So a lot of the eating of the like junk and fast food, that was when I became an adult. I wasn't living at home doing that. All right, let me see. Okay, let me put, I don't believe I have the disease of bad habits. I'm not, oh, okay, you're not on the shot. Well, that's awesome. And so maybe people who didn't actually struggle with the disease of obesity, maybe they have a better chance of coming off the medication and being successful. So that's good to know. I can tell you that I'm not coming off. They will have to not make them anymore. If the insurance kicks me off, I will be going through the self pay. That's my plan. That's my plan. All right, I'm scrolling through. Yes, yes, and I'm so thankful. I can't say it enough. So much. Yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. And that's why I refuse to allow anyone to try to make me feel bad or guilty about being on it. Not going to do that. Because the way that I was headed with my health, I wouldn't have been here. You know, they say you don't know what the medications are going to do 10 years from now or whatever. I probably wouldn't have been here. So, here we are. Same things. How do you lose the weight? Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you're not that's a good point, Brenda. Even if you're not on a GLP-1, if you're not consuming enough and you're doing those crash diets, you're going to lose muscle. You're going to lose muscle. So, that is true. Let me see. Am I like really far behind? let me do a quick skim cuz it's 7:57. Let me see here. When I first started, if I, oh, hey Rita, how's it going? Glad I didn't miss you. All right. I'm scrolling through. Yes, a lot of that could be our bodies telling us we need something. I agree, Michelle. Okay. I am I will be marketing. Oh my goodness, a fiberita. All right. All right, I'm going. The question is which comes first? Did the metabolic dysfunction cause the overeating or did the overeating trigger the dysfunction? I think for me, it would have been the overeating triggering the dysfunction. All right. Coming down. Okay. So a doctor said that obesity caused you to overeat. Hmm. Okay. Look, we got lots of different I guess it depends on what source you're getting that from, right? No, so yeah, we weren't allowed to drink soda either. That just wasn't a thing. So that's why it boggles my mind to see little, toddlers drinking Coca-Cola and stuff. We were not allowed. I was in middle school, high school. I wasn't allowed to drink Coca-Cola. So there's that. We could have Sprite occasionally. Okay. So we're going a little bit over because I think this is important. My understanding is the metabolic dysfunction drives a person to overeat and want more and more food, even if it doesn't yet manifest into full blown obesity on the outside. Well, I definitely got to a point where, so for me, my highest weight was 216 pounds. And I know for some people, maybe that's somebody's goal weight, but when you spend the, majority of your life in the one teens, the lower ones, and then as an adult, ranging like after I started having kids is when I kind of stayed in the low 130s, like where I am now, to go to 216 pounds, that's a lot, you know, that's a lot. I had a comment, I can't remember which video, but the person said something like, they were 315 pounds and my starting weight was 183 perspective. And it seemed like they were being snarky, but I could tell you that with the way my health was, I wouldn't have made it to 350 pounds. I personally, my body wouldn't have been able to handle that because I was barely making it on 216. So, all right. All right. So we got those mics. Let me see. I see a question. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. What if there was no self-pay? Would you use compound? No, I would not. Dee Dee, why are you always asking me these compound questions? I would not. Um, and please know that that is not knocking anyone else that's on compound. Not at all. 10, 15 years ago, probably. Now at this point, no. Um, so that's just how I feel about it. Fiberitas, prune juice on the rocks. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm not on it due to insurance, but I never. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with not wanting to be a lifer, by the way. I don't knock anyone that decides to want to come off, and you've made the lifestyle changes, and it's obviously working for you, and things are going well. So that's good. All right, all right, guys. Hold on. All right, let me see. Bellflower, will you drop the mics again? And that way, when I get to that, that's my last comment. All right. No, never heard of. Oh, wait, just Sherry. Here we go. I was never a big overeater. I'm convinced my metabolic disorder is genetic, just like my high cholesterol. And that could be so. I'm not sure if I said hi, Sherry, but if I didn't, how you doing? Okay. It's marketed as keto. Of course. Of course. Overeating has caused that. I just, okay. And if you go and you look up the definition of obesity, um, we'll talk about that next week. We'll talk about that next week. The oats, so it's low carb. Okay. All right, let me see. People with the disease of obesity are missing or not able to produce enough GLP-1 hormones. Okay. Okay. I'm keto adjacent and low carb, but I will stick to the regular Quaker oats. Dee Dee equals she does. All right. Let's see. GLP-1 only lasts 2 minutes in our body when produced naturally. I did not know that. All right. There you go. And you see my moderators are on it. We are going to leave. And so I just want to thank you guys for spending an hour with me on a Monday. Happy 420. And remember, we can share our journeys, but we should never compare them. Bye.